Wait, you can't do your presentation with that?
That was cute. All right, so we're going to talk about running challenge groups effectively and in a way to keep everybody engaged and keep them accountable and motivated throughout the challenge group. So the first thing that you want to do is you really want to pair up with another coach. Pairing up with another coach will, keep more people into the challenge group to cheer on your challengers. And when you have other coaches, it's kind of like people get to see different perspectives on different journeys, and they get to see, what different people are kind of going through. So one of your challengers might be able to relate to that coach and feel, more able to talk about their journey if they are able to relate to somebody else. Another thing that's really good about having another coach that's doing this challenge group with you is to keep each other's challengers engaged. So commenting on each other's challengers' posts, not letting a post kind of go unseen. And everybody likes to feel, loved by more than one person. So when you have other coaches who are also encouraging your challengers, and you're encouraging their challengers, it kind of helps keeping the engagement high and people feeling a lot more comfortable posting more, because they get that sense of love that they're kind of desiring throughout this journey, because it's a stressful new start for them to do. And the more love that they get, the more they feel like they're going to stick with this journey. So those are the two things that you kind of want to start off with, and grab a coach, get to the agreement where you guys want to kind of do this together, and keep each other's challengers accountable, keep each other's challenges engaged, and kind of going with their journey as well. Then talking about, your actual challenge group. Presentation is a lot for a challenge group. So making your custom banner is something that I've realized is very beneficial to our groups. Making a banner that's unique, making a banner that has something to do with your theme, and making a banner that, has some colors or is of your personality. So you want something unique up there that's, the first thing that people are seeing when they come into your group. On day one of your challenge group, it's important to start off with a welcome video. So a video just talking about you and your personal journey, your ups and downs that you've had on your journey, and just introducing everybody to this group. Letting them know, where you started and what a challenge group did for you is important, so they kind of know what this challenge group has the potential to do for them as well. One thing I really liked was, and something I'm going to implement in my December challenge group, is I'm going to take the first week of the challenge group and I'm going to solely focus on nutrition. So the only thing I'm going to do with their first week is focusing on building eating habits and building a nutritional habit for them. Since nutrition is key in this journey, I feel like it's so important to emphasize that in our challenge groups by giving everybody a week to get themselves settled, figure out what their personal portion control containers are, figure out what their meal plan is going to be, get them accustomed to these containers and eating. So just a full week of them really getting used to eating right and what eating right is even like. Portions and eating more vegetables and proteins and less carbs, and asking questions. And during that first week is when you're going to be presenting a lot of your sample meal plans and what you do. So if you're a person who likes to meal prep, you can post a meal prepping video, or if you're a person who likes to, just prepare bits and pieces here and there and you're grab and go, you can talk about that, because people are going to relate to those things. And again, this is good to have more than one coach in your group, because each person does this so differently that there's going to be different systems for people to be able to feel comfortable with, to stick with. So that's really, really important. So that first week that somebody's in your challenge group, it's going to be a lot of building and growing. And oh my God, she's so cute.
She farted on me. Super cute. Smells really bad.
Kaden, did you peef?
Got that from Daddy, and it's super not funny.
So that first week is going to be really focused on nutrition, and I'm going to try this out in my December group. But a lot of top coaches that I've been following and watching their videos, they said that really works, because nutrition is where most people fall off. They feel really discouraged. They feel like they can't stick to it. So giving them a week to kind of get used to it is something that I feel like would be beneficial. And personally, that's what I did when I started. I did start with a week of just nutrition, and that's honestly why I feel like I've been able to keep up with this, because I made baby steps and I made gradual steps into this journey. So those are a few ways to just start your group. You're starting your group, you have a team of coaches, you've agreed that you're all going to be very engaged with your challengers, and you're going to start off your challenge group with a video introducing you. And then you're going to invite other people to introduce themselves too, via video or via comment. Just tell you a little bit about themselves and let them know that this is a place where nobody's going to judge them, nobody's going to make fun of them, and we're all here to start our journey together. It's very, very important. So now that the challenge group starts, going on to week 2, everybody's starting on their health and fitness. They're starting to work out and incorporate the nutrition, and they're probably going to hit hiccups and bumps in the road. So there's a few things that you can do, and a few of those is to keep that environment extremely supportive. So, you know, posting your own tips and posting your own ways that you guys have overcome, you know, certain obstacles. If it's, you know, a sweet craving that you've had, but instead of going towards chocolate, you went towards an apple because it still was sweet and it kind of fulfilled that same craving. That was something that worked for you. Sharing those things and sharing your personal journey is so important in these challenge groups, because people start to see you as not this superhuman being, but somebody who they can actually relate to. Another thing that's really important in our challenge groups is to help our clients, our challengers, stick to their personal goals. So a few things that are really effective is when you have a challenger who just signs up with you as a brand new challenger, send them, you can send them a form, or you can just send them an email saying, I want to know more about your specific goals. Tell me what your SMART goals are. Your specific, measurable, attainable, related, and time-framed goals. So if someone comes up to you and says, hey, in 21 days, I want to lose 25 pounds, you can talk to them and say, let's reevaluate that. Where are you currently? What are you doing right now? And how can we make gradual changes to get you closer to your big term goal of losing 25 pounds, but something that's a little bit more attainable for you in 21 days to not cause your body so much stress, because stress is not something that we want you to go through. It's going to make you eat more and make you feel worse and make you retain weight as opposed to lose weight. And I don't want that for you. So get to know their goals, get to know their short-term goals, and get to know their long-term goals, and teach them short-term goals. So many people just see the bigger picture of, I want to be model skinny, but really figure out, how can we get you, if that really is your big goal that you really want to be a size 2, great, but how are we going to get you there? What are you doing today? Why is that important to you? And really figuring out, what are those baby steps? If you're drinking 10 sodas a day, can we limit that to 5? I'm not asking you to cut it out completely. I'm asking you to limit it. You know, if you're drinking a soda and a coffee with cream and sugar, what could you give up? Which one are you more comfortable with? And trial and error. Try that out for 5 days. Let me know how it goes. And give them responsibility, because as a coach, you don't want to feel like you're constantly on their butts to help them reach their goals, or to make them reach their goals. You want them to be accountable to their own journey too, because they're learning a lifestyle, and that means maturing and growing as an individual as well. So give them specific dates and specific times where they're reaching back out to you to let you know more about their goals and how it went for them. Another amazing thing that I actually saw and I started to implement like right away was engaging your challengers and counting their wins. So I know we use a lot of like the point systems for like, you got a point for your Shakeology, your water, your recipe, and those types of things. Another great way to keep them engaged is by counting their wins. So instead of focusing on all their shortcomings, you're helping them change their mindset to focus on their positives. And by counting your wins, it's kind of like counting all those things you said no to that you normally would have said yes to. So I was at work, you know, we're in the break room and people brought donuts and I said no to that 3 times today. Or someone, this happened to me today, my dad asked me to go to eat bubble tea. And I was like, no, Dad, I'm not going to go because I'm committed to this health and fitness journey. So for me, that was a huge thing to say no to, because I would have normally gone. I would have gone and I would have come home and I wouldn't have thought twice about it. So counting your wins and acknowledging the baby steps that you've taken throughout your journey, and not just acknowledging, hey, I did my workout today, I drank my water today, and I ate perfectly, but also counting what you said no to that you normally would have said yes to is what helps you adapt to your new lifestyle and makes you feel good and empowered and confident that you have that ability to make this change for yourself. So that was something that I just implemented. I did a point system for our group. I gave them from Tuesday to Friday to post as many times, you know, that they were able to say no to something or they overcame a challenge for themselves, whether it's soda with dinner or whether it was donuts or fast food or whatever that challenge is that normally they would have said yes to. I wanted them to post in our group, and we're going to do, you know, a point system and then reward them with a prize. Another amazing thing that I heard was get on video and give shout outs. Kelly, I know you've done this in a few challenge groups and it's been really effective. So getting on video to give people like their shout outs, to tell them you're the winner, or I'm really proud of you for X, Y, and Z. You've posted consistently for the past 5 days. I'm so incredibly proud of you. You're a rock star on this team and thank you for the encouragement. We love seeing you post. So acknowledging leaders in your group doesn't have to be one person. It could be all 5 of them or all 20 of them or however many people you have in the group, but acknowledging them by voice and specific things that you guys have seen that they've accomplished. Again, it's good to have multiple coaches because you can delegate these tasks so you're not consumed all in that group to doing all these things. You can delegate, you know, hey, this week is your week to do shout outs. This week's my week. And the third week is, you know, so-and-so's week. So if you have 3 coaches you're working with or 2 coaches, you can delegate those tasks and someone can do your tallies for you. So that's a really, really fun way. And then another thing that I saw that I'm going to start implementing in our groups that I thought was really fun was to do like fun workout challenges. So take a picture of yourself in the most bizarre place that you went to today doing X, Y, and Z, a squat, a plank, a warrior 2, whatever it is, just to keep it fun and to keep it lively and to challenge them to step outside of their comfort zone a little bit. And also you can, you know, do that with a point reward system, kind of keeping them, you know, fun and engaged, keeping them going and doing these additional workouts as well and posting them on the group. So those are like little things. And another one that they said was like a tag you're in. So you can do like a 10 burpee challenge. So one person starts the 10 burpee challenge, then they tag somebody else to do a 10 burpee challenge. And everybody kind of tags somebody else to do this challenge. So these are like a few things to really help keep people engaged and keep people going into our challenge groups. Obviously, we need to be showing up every day ourselves. We need to be in their groups, posting in their groups, being vulnerable and being ourselves. So not being ashamed of when we've kind of messed up or when we've kind of fallen off track, and really sharing that publicly with our people, because we are human and we are normal and it's going to happen. And people want to see that. People feel like we're coaches, we're perfect, we stick to it, we never mess up, we have these, you know, perfect figured out lives, and that's really not the case. We're only coaches because somebody held our hands through this journey just like we're holding their hands through theirs. So seeing and understanding where our shortcomings are is so important for them, so they feel like it's normal for, you know, for them to go through it, and that gives them that comfort that whenever they do slip up, they can come talk to you about it, as opposed to feeling like she's going to come punish me because I slipped up. You don't want your challengers to feel that way. You want that open sense of communication. And another thing that you can do is you can do a weekly email for personal, you know, personal reasons. If there's some coaches who don't feel comfortable publicly posting in your challenge groups, but you still want to see their progress, do a weekly check-in email. It can be with your entire contact list or with your specific ones for your challenge groups, and just being like, hey, I wanted to check in. How are you doing on your personal goals? Send me back a message. I would love to talk to you more. Kelly, you were just talking about how you created your calendar for your availabilities to talk. You can even send out with that message. Be like, I would love to talk to you more about your personal goals. Can we schedule some time to talk? Or I wanted to schedule some time with you to see how you're doing. Can we schedule some time to talk? So it's kind of like you're reaching out to them, but you want them to take action as well. So you can see how serious they are about these goals, because we can only meet people halfway. We can't do the full amount of work for them. So those were a few things that I saw and I really liked, and I already started to implement a lot of them, and I'm going to start implementing a lot more of them. And this is one thing that actually I just recently saw in a video that I thought was really beneficial. So we always kind of take people from one challenge group and throw them into another and throw them into another. As long as they want to keep continuing, we just keep putting them into the next group. There was something that a few coaches said, and one uses this revolving door technique of a challenge group. I don't know if you've ever heard about this, Kelly. And another one has challenge groups ran every month and then puts them into a online accountability group page. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, and I've thought about doing it, but then I'm like, will it run themselves? Like, will it fizzle out? Will it, or will it keep going? I've thought about it because I hate the way that it is now.
Yeah.
I don't think it can stay that way.
Yeah.
Sucks.
And honestly, I was thinking to have that, but also like if those people are on an email list that we're emailing every single week, we can also be like, if you need extra push and extra accountability, you're always welcome back into these private groups. So like for like a fresh start, but we wanted to keep a sense of community in these, and we can have like those leaders that we have who post all the time and who are really rock stars in our challenge group. We can ask them to help us lead it, like they're already doing
That's a really good idea as far as like someone like Susan who's on the fence.
Susan, yeah, she's amazing at this. She keeps people so accountable and motivated. And I mean, she's so good at posting. I mean, she posts the same thing in every single group, but she does it. She doesn't miss a group. Like I've never seen her like miss out on a group. So keeping, people and giving them that leadership ability to, run that group for us and help us, I think would be very beneficial too, because that way we can kind of zone in focus on the people who are starting fresh and who really need some hand holding. They can kind of get that sense of feel too.
Yeah, we won't have to repeat, like the old people won't have to keep repeating the same new week, the same deal every new week, every new challenge,
Yeah.
But like the introductions and the, helping them with their meal plan and all that kind of stuff. They see that every time. Like they don't need that. I agree. We should try that.
So do you want, I can create a page, just an accountability community for all of us. Whoever feels comfortable putting in their girls in there absolutely could. So it'd be for like our downline pretty much. And I'll add you and Molly into it, and I'll add Sarah into it, and Katie and everybody, and whoever wants to throw in like, their graduated challengers into that group for additional accountability. They're absolutely able to. We'll just keep it closed and private, so it's just for them.
Yeah, I mean, then they all know each other and can meet new people from different teams too after. Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good. And then we can also encourage like a buddy system. Like the person from Team Z that was talking, you really do succeed best when you have somebody who's holding your hand through this, someone who you personally know. So throughout that, we can encourage people finding a buddy, even if they don't know them. Sense of community in that, what do they best relate to? Talk a little bit about themselves and find somebody who can really hold their hand. I tried this in a challenge group with a few of my girls. I kind of like buddied them up. And some of them really liked it, but then when one person fell off, I kind of felt bad for the other one who was hold the weight. But this way, when they pick each other, I feel like they can be a little bit stronger, I'm hoping. So I think it's all trial and error, but I think that this could be something that could work.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like Christina's groups run themselves, like the Power Hour group and stuff like that. No one really does it that much anymore. That's like the kind of thing I'm like kind of worried about. Like I don't want them to lose their, momentum. But as long as we show up and post to it like we do the other groups and still do fun things in that group too, then I feel like it'll be good. And I really, really like the ideas that you said about, I need to do this more. It's just like I'm home so much and I'm like so not creative that I don't think of these things, but it's so good. Like, having fun with your workout posts and what else did you say? Like just the ways to keep it fun. Like it just needs to be fun.
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't think of them either. It was all when I was like looking at other people's videos. And I think what I need to do is I need to create like kind of like a board for like, just ideas that I have, because, you know, as I'm watching these videos, obviously these are great ideas. I should just write them all down. So when I don't have any ideas, I can just like look up and be like, oh, okay, that's a good idea. Let's post that in there.
Definitely. Yeah.
I think that's just going to make it easier, because that's my problem. Like one day I'll just like binge watch a whole bunch of videos and I'm like, oh, I'll remember that. And then of course, when it comes down to it, I'm like, I have nothing to post. I have nothing to talk about. I have no challenges. I have nothing cool to offer anybody. And it's like, so.
Yeah. I also really want to try to get everybody on a call. Maybe like once or twice, just to get like the challengers to face, you know, just for like a quick call,
Oh,
you know.
that.
So I'm going to try that this time and see if people will actually get on it, and maybe like the second week try to do it. So nothing long, nothing like too like informative, just some motivation and talk, you know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, I like that. And then you can kind of go through everybody and just like have them, you know, talk a little bit about like how their journey's been.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to create a form for all the challengers that like we've been having, and just being like, what's your favorite thing about the group? What would you like to see improvement in? And what would you like more from your coach? Just to kind of get good feedback on like, these are the good things that we're doing. These are the things that, you know, we could be changing. And this is what like people actually expect from us. Because a few of the people that I've had fallen off, I've asked them like, what do you expect from me as your coach? They're like, I expected more like hand holding. And I'm like, okay, well, either that's my fault for making it seem like I'm literally going to hold your hand throughout this entire journey. Like every day I'm going to text you and every day I'm going to message you personally. Because honestly, that's unrealistic for, I think, any coach to really do every day with like a full message. I mean, I could text you and be like, hey, how'd your workout go? But you know, it's a good way for us to kind of understand and evaluate, being like, oh, okay, maybe we should have set that expectation in the beginning. This is what I can offer you. We can do a weekly check-in. I want to hear about it, but every day I want you to see, like, I want to see you post in that group. That's where that accountability is coming in. I check in with that group every single day. I want to see that post. I want to check off that you've been in there. But if you need anything added or extra, you always have my email or my message where you can send me a question and I can get back to you. It's not going to be within 5 minutes, but it'll be within that 24-hour day.
I think something that would help you is to really, I know we always say this and we don't do it, but the business hours, so that they know, look, I'm not going to look at my phone. I don't do work until this time. And then you can expect a response from me. So they know. Like,
I do business hours. I mean, my business hours are at 9:30 when Amelia goes. I mean, they're crappy. It's 9:30 to like 11:30, but it's when I'm available. So I literally, like, if you look at my phone, it's kind of pathetic if you like look at it. But I don't even think you can. Oh, here. I don't check any notifications all day.
You have a lot of self-control.
Yeah, I don't check notifications all day, because if I do, it's like I'm consumed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and from the moment I wake up to literally at 9:30 when she goes to bed, I'm running. I literally just got ready for the call. I was just cooking dinner. Before that, I was working out. Before that, I picked her up. Before that, I was working. And in the morning, I was getting her ready for school. So I literally don't have 5 minutes. And if I do respond, I forget to re-respond, which is why I have to, you know, sit down on focused time and do it all. But then with school, it's like really no time. So
I feel, yeah.
Like, I need to be real with people too, and just tell them, hey, with this lifestyle, it comes with this craziness, which is why my lifestyle isn't always perfect. But
I mean, you know what I was thinking about, like Sarah is doing so well, and she has such a niche, like,
yeah,
clear. You know, she has girls that are like around the same age. A lot of them have type 1 diabetes, and they have such a sense of community and like togetherness about them.
yeah.
I mean, do you know, like, single mom people? Are you in single mom groups? Are you interested? Is that like what you feel like your thing is, or would you not want to do that?
I have no idea what my thing is, and that's my biggest problem. I was talking to somebody about that today. They're like, what's your niche? And I'm like, I don't even know. She goes, what do you like your photos to look like? I said, I don't even know. I like all these different things that I can't zone in. And that's been my problem, or whatever, my uniqueness my whole life, is that I am not a defined person. I'm a person who can adjust and adapt to everything and anything, but it's
Yeah.
very hard to find a niche. So, I mean, I can't even say like my niche is like depression and anxiety, because it is, but people have worse depression and anxiety. You know what I mean? Like that they've come out of. I don't know. Single moms, it's not really, my niche, because technically I'm really not anymore. And, my period of single mom, like full blown single mom, was really, really short. So could it be, moms who have like, I don't know, what is it called when you have like this exact dynamic that I have? Like I had a child,
Yeah.
my ex, and I have, a new person in my life, and I've had to create this sense of crazy
So
balance.
you can't talk about it. So that's why it's been hard. Except you can't talk about it. So
Yeah. So, and I can't talk openly about it for multiple reasons, but I don't know. It's hard to find something that I'm like, it's so unique to me. And there's so many mom coaches out there that it's not really unique, if that makes sense.
yeah.
There's
There's something else about like,
huh?
there's something else though, like that has to, I mean, you're like glam mom. You're like,
Yeah, I
there's
don't,
something else. Cause I really do feel like, I mean, I go for moms, but I need like something more specific too, you know?
yeah. And I don't see myself as a mom. Like I was talking to Christina about this, and I'm like, I don't see me as a mom person. Like, but then it was really nice because literally, I think this past weekend we were walking through the botanical garden, and this one lady came up to me and we started talking, and she was like, I just want you to know that when I saw you from afar, I saw you as a person who really had it all together, and I wanted to be like you. And I'm like, oh, makes my heart happy, because I'm just an average person here, just trying to make it in this world. But like to know that that's how you like kind of perceived yourself as, and somebody admired that. But again, it's like, what's my niche? Because that's not who I always was. And I don't want just people that are here where I am now. I want to like help them get here. So it's kind of like working with people who are at rock bottom, but that needs a lot of hand holding. So I might just have to like limit myself to 3 people a month.
That's okay.
Reach out to 10, 15, 20 people a night. And I think that's where my problem was. I was literally reaching out to 15 people a night. And as they were accumulating up in my messages, I was like having anxiety about responding, because it's so many relationships that I was trying to build so fast. And I was like, this is not me. It was taking me away from like my reason why I became a coach, which was building really strong relationships.
Well, you heard the Teensy call. I mean, he's right.
That's why I loved it. I was like, oh yeah, I keep forgetting I'm in a business with relationships, and I'm losing that because of what? So I want to go back and build them really strong. And I don't know, that makes me happiest. Even when I have like one successful person, and I haven't had one real successful person in a while, because I feel like I've switched focuses, consumed with what everybody else is doing as opposed to what my heart's at.
Yeah.
Myself. So.
Well, I'm really excited for this Country Heat workout to get everybody together and hopefully have it be like a regular thing. Like that's what we want. I'm excited.
I'm excited about that too. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I'm cleaning up the shop this week.
Do you want me? I can come help.
I don't even know where to put it. Let me just stop recording. Everybody doesn't need to hear our gossips.